All right, here we go with the FigZero 3-0 G.I. Joe Baroness. Let's take a look at the box real quick. We don't have a lot to go through accessory-wise. Everything is on her now, and we'll get into all of it. We'll start with shoes here. Work our way up to the somewhat controversial head sculpt, but outfit's really nice. Very nice choice of style for the outfit, which I do like. They have a lot of different textures and overlays going on. The COBRA logo, I was surprised. I thought would be sculpted, but it's actually just a print on there on the chest. So the thing with this is that they just went so far left from what they were doing with this head sculpt. It looks very anime. So on its own, it's not a bad head sculpt. And if the whole line looked like this, it would be great. But being that they gave the line a more realistic look, this head sculpt doesn't really fit in. The glasses I'll take off later. They are in a fixed position. You can remove them, but you don't have much wiggle room to kind of pose them. So we'll look at that as well. She does stand good with the heels, but even her silhouette and kind of her proportions and everything are very animated looking. So it's a weird one, but like I said, if we were just looking at this figure, on its own, it's not a bad head sculpt. It's just not in line with what they're doing. It's a really cool head sculpt. Yeah. I'll bring some other figures in, to kind of compare. We'll take a look at the whole outfit here. So a knife sheath, back, a lot of nice detail on the back. All these pieces are rubber. They're like a semi-soft, which is a big difference from the Sideshow, which use actual fabric. But this really contours to the body with the rubber, so it's a choice. I don't disagree with it. The holster for the gun does not have a latch, so the gun on the hip there just falls right out. There's no cross strap or anything to hold it, so it stays in by friction, but you don't get a lot of friction. So normally there would be a little strap or something to keep it in place, but I put the gun in last after I nail my pose in, because yeah, it tends to fall out really easy when you're handling her. Usual great detail from THREEZERO, 3A, but and here we go with the glasses off. I took the head away from the body. Kind of has like a Anne Hathaway look if she was an anime character. But yeah, it's got some dry brushing in the hair, which is nice. Sculpt is good. And there is some shading in there. You get a little, blush on the cheeks, but it just doesn't have that realism, that depth that you see with someone like Storm Shadow's eyes or Roadblock. You look at him, he's more like human looking. And then the glasses, like I said, they slot in on the sides of the face, but they don't have any play really. So this way you get to see the face clean. All right, here we go quick with her weapons pack out. Here we got the rifle. Really nice detail on that. Both sides there. Then we do have the removable magazine, if I could do it. And it's got the bullet in there. Bullets. And here we got the Uzi. See the weathering and such on there. This one also has the removable magazine, so we got that. And it also has the little extender. It's got a really small pin there, so I'll take that out slow. Yeah, little weathering on the butt there. Pistol. Nothing moving on this. And then we got a knife, dagger. That sheath's in the back. She has a sheath on the back of her waist. It's a cool detail on that. All right, and here we go with some of her direct counterparts. We got Cobra Commander, THREEZERO. So you can see aesthetically how they fit. I mean, she's just very stylized. It does look good together as a grouping. But when you look at, you know, her skin tone, her more anime type of details, even if you look at THREEZERO's chest there, that's more of a human flesh tone compared to, you know, what they do. Here's a good, you know, gauge on their height and their bulk between these, and let's see, you can see, yeah, she kind of fits that style more of a flat skin tone, a little more stylized. And here they go, where they'll be displayed as such. Just waiting on some stands to come in. Of course, you don't get stands with these. So, I mean, I trust them standing on their own, but I always like a little security. So, yep, got some stands coming in from Amazon, and they will be looking like this for a while until I switch things up. Thanks for watching.